You've made three distinct not negotiables, and maybe go through them with us.
God, illegal immigration, property rights. Illegal immigration is a massive problem. It's a non-negotiable. We want mass deportation of all illegal immigrants. I watched the inauguration of Joe Biden, and what struck me is every second sentence, God bless America. In South Africa, you don't hear those things. EFF is they want to nationalize and they want to expropriate without compensation. Malema is extremely strategic. Don't look at him like he's a stupid man. He's not. But they wanted to show the ANC that come 2024, if you don't adhere and make Floyd Shivambu the finance minister, we will give the power again. Malema is clear he wants the finance minister to be Floyd Shivambu. Anything those boys touch, they bankrupted. Anything they get involved in, they bankrupt. EFF leadership. They want to expropriate without compensation. Once you take away property rights, Zimbabwe next door is the best example. I was there when they took the farms. The very same people are now paying the white people to come back. Now, it's not about white, it's about farming. It's job security. Gayton, on a deeply personal level, nobody's going to...
In your case, you've made three very distinct not negotiables, and maybe go through them with us as well, because I'm interested to see what political parties you would be coalescing with after May the 29th, if you stick to those three not negotiables, and I presume you will.
I was never going to change this three. I think number one for me is bringing God back into the classroom, into the workplace. You know, people don't know this, but God is no longer central in the everyday life of South Africans. Our children, I look at my kids, they don't even know the Bible. We used to be taught Bible school. No young kids just going to take a Bible and read it on their own. They will rather take a Harry Potter book. So we have a duty as parents to teach our children the Bible, and that's the first thing. God must take it. You know, I watched the inauguration of Joe Biden, and what struck me is every second sentence, God bless America. Here in South Africa, you don't hear those things being loudly and shouted from the rooftops. That's number one. Number two is, for us, illegal immigration is a massive problem. It's a non-negotiable also. The people that we want illegal immigration not to happen. We want mass deportation of all illegal immigrants. So there must be no illegal immigration in South Africa. Number three for me is the one that I think your listeners need to sit down and think very hard about. EFF is they want to nationalize and they want to expropriate without compensation. They're going to put the ANC in a corner to say, do this if you want to remain in power, which will leave the ANC. It will leave the ANC with two choices. Choice number one, I lose power totally. Or choice number two, I will adhere to the demands of EFF. Now, just for 20 seconds, Malema is extremely strategic. Don't look at him like he's a stupid man. He's not. Malema in 2016 did what none of us thought he would do, and he did it in preparation of 2024. 2016, Malema gave his power to the Democratic Alliance. They didn't see what he was doing. He was criticized, including by me and everybody else. The ANC was shocked. I spoke to Paul Mashatile. He couldn't believe it. He was like a man that was dazed. How could the EFF give power to? But they wanted to show the ANC that come 2024, if you don't adhere and make Floyd Shivambu the finance minister, we will give the power again. Now you know it's possible, if you get my point I'm trying to make. That was just a dress rehearsal to say, we are not Action SA. Action SA is in the corner. They came out and they said, we will not work with the ANC. There's two major parties. You either work with the DA, you work with the ANC. Action SA said, we will not work with the... So the DA knows they got nowhere to go. The same was Freedom Front Plus is in the same corner. That's why the DA treats them rubbish, that they don't have anywhere to go. With Gayton and the PA, the DA treats me like rubbish, I go to the ANC. Now the ANC has treated us like rubbish. We can talk to the DA again. People say, oh, you're flip-flopping. No, I'm just not wanting to be a willing participant of an abusive relationship. So, number three, Malema is clear he wants the finance minister to be Floyd Shivambu. Anything those boys touched, they bankrupted. They were in charge of Limpopo, they bankrupted. They were in charge of the Youth League, they bankrupted the Youth League. They were involved in anything they get involved in, they bankrupt. EFF leadership. Now, here's the main point. They want to expropriate without compensation. Gayton, on a deeply personal level, because my family lost our land and people, my grandparents, them were evicted, I would love to expropriate without compensation for if revenge or some feeling. But that's not possible. As a businessman, as a successful businessman, I know one thing about business. I am an international investor. I've invested in countries around the world. Once you lose property rights, you have no country left. Once you lose property rights, nobody's going to invest. There's going to be no FDI, no foreign direct investment, because property rights is the cornerstone of investment. So I'm saying a non-negotiable for me is to make sure that property rights get respected. That for me, Alec, is what we stand for. People are just being fear-mongered about the PA. I believe in a free market system. I am a businessman. I run businesses. So I'm not going to come here with revenge tactics or wishy-washy ideologies. I've got many other manifesto points, but this ones, you can't have all your things. Those three, for me, God, illegal immigration, and the property rights. It's fundamental. The country is going to collapse. I can promise you. Once you take away property rights. Zimbabwe next door is the best example. I was there when they took the farms. The very same people are now paying the white people to come back. Now, it's not about white, it's about farming. It's like job security. So we are also emotional and, oh, I don't like Gayton. You need to like me. You need to check what I'm standing for. I have a problem with EFL for what they are standing for. I like Herman Mashaba for what he's standing for. I'm the furthest ideology-wise from Corny Mulder. The furthest. They want Cape Independence, Western Cape Independence. I don't want that nonsense. But I have to sit down with them. Now, the problem I'm having is parties that just want it their way. And that's where Zuma is a danger. You have to compare the two leaders. There's three leaders in after 2024. You've got Zuma that will run the Black Pact. You've got the Moonshot Pact, which is Tienism. And then you've got Ramaphosa, which must also put together parties that is aligned to him. Now, Zuma's got some, and he's a wily old cat. And he doesn't have arrogance about him. He's got. I once said with Zuma, that's the best example I'm going to make you. We were busy eating, having a meeting. And then he asked me, do I know how to send a plea, how to answer, please call me. I said, excuse me, President? He says, no, somebody sent him a please call me. He wants to phone the person back. I said, who's the person? He says, no, it must be somebody in the village. There's a problem. I was sitting there. There's some calls I don't even answer. Zuma's asking me to help him to call. I saw the please call me. And this I'm saying live is fake. You can ask him. I saw the please call me. Now, it shows you about the deep humility that he has. And Zuma's got many mistakes. I can tell you that for a fact. But I'm saying that putting together a government of national unity, you need to have charm. The ANC didn't want a guy called Martinez van Schalkwyk. He called him Kortbroek. They will laugh at how could Kortbroek become I think he was like a deputy president or something of sorts. And Mandela came back and he says, no. Now Zuma possesses the charm of Mandela. So John Steenhuisen is the wrong guy to lead. Stop fighting Rise from Zanzi. Stop fighting Action SA. Stop fighting the PA. To be honest with you, the PA and the DA, Rice Mzansi, actually, as a feel from Plus, we are natural fit. We can unseat because the Moonshot Pact doesn't have the numbers. I don't care who says what. Let them not say they're going to unseat the ANC. Let them show you how much they're going to get. Then you do your maths. They need us and a few other parties like Bosa, like Rice Mzansi. Then there's a real chance of unseating the ANC. But this arrogance, all our guns should be aimed at the ANC, including the PA's guns at the moment, because they're the government. But we are fighting each other, and I'm not trying to be...
There you have it, guys. Our African leaders are really doing their best to show how much they've envisioned the future, a sustainable future for Africa and its inhabitants. But you know, here in Kwazemi, we also love to hear from the people of Africa and lovers of Africa in the comments. So we encourage you to watch the videos as we post them here on Kwazemi, and do not fail to share your comments in the comments where you express your views, especially as people who love Africa and really wish the best for the future of Africa. So whatever it is you've heard and whatever it is you have a feeling about the speech you've just heard, please make sure to put it down in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and like and subscribe, because that's the way you support Kwazemi as a channel, an Afrocentric channel, where we try to understand deeper issues in African history and hopefully develop a collective intelligence on how we wish to build the Africa we want to see as people of Africa. See you in the next one.